Good afternoon. This is Speak On It. A live, interactive opportunity for you to call in here and get it out and get it in. Get it out of your head, get it out of your mouth, get it into the air, into the ears of other people that might be able to benefit from what you got to say. And this week we continue our awareness initiative in collaboration with the Westside Heroin and Opioid Task Force. And I have to say that LaShawn Ford, Westside Heroin Opioid Task Force, because I was looking and I saw another Westside Task Force. So I checked it and it said Austin Westside Task Force. So I said, that's a little confusing. Now, that particular task force seems to be something different, but it's in Austin, Texas. Although I'm from Texas, I ain't from Austin, so I don't want to be confusing folks, and here I live in Austin. So you see how confusing things can get. So I'm going to say to LaShawn Ford, if he don't like it, he can tell me he don't like it. But the bottom line, that's how I'm going to deal with this here, because I need you to be clear. This is part of his initiative to bring awareness to the community as a result of the damage that dope is doing in our communities. For years, we heard Reverend Jackson say, keep hope alive. That's what he said. And I'm here to tell you now, we all know that dope kills hope. But there's an antidote to that. There's an antidote called Narcan. There's an antidote called Narcan, and I want you to be able to understand this here. I have Narcan. Yeah, I got a couple of little pieces myself, but that ain't the hit. The hit is for you to know that if you know someone that's challenged, if you know someone that needs training, if you know someone that needs referral, you need to call the Westside Heroin Opioid Task Force. Mr. Lou Size over there is the director of outreach, and he got a team standing by right now as I talk that will come out, train you, and you too can have some Narcan. And you need to understand, Narcan is an antidote that means you can have another chance, and dope don't have to kill hope. Narcan give you a chance to be resurrected from that mistake. Now, Narcan is Naproxen, but that's just a brand name, but it's easy for us in the hood to say Narcan, because we ain't trying to get our tongues all tied up in an X behind a Z and all that. We ain't doing all that. So we say Narcan, because we know if you pop him in the hip or pop him in the shoulder up there, old boy gonna snap up out of it. I know a woman, she know about 6 of them been popped, and they come back alive. So yes, dope kills hope, but at the end of the day, the antidote brings hope back because you come back alive. There it is. Let me give you this information from Mr. Size. Now, Lou Size number is 773-378-4195. 773-378-4195. His email is westsidetaskforce@yahoo.com. Email westsidetaskforce@yahoo.com. Now, I'm going to come back to that again. Now, I'm going sort of fast because we got a few things for you. Now, one of the things I want you to look at is this particular, I don't want to call it a video, but this particular news piece about this fentanyl. So we're going to look at this here. So just sit back, tune in, and understand what's up.
It's just seizing what they say was enough fentanyl to kill the entire population of Ohio many times over. More than 40 pounds of fentanyl seized in Dayton in a massive bust. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost saying, quote, the quantity of fentanyl in this case amounts to chemical warfare and a weapon of mass destruction. 3 people were arrested. They're each facing multiple felony charges. That bust.
Now, I don't know. I don't hear it, so I don't know if you hear it or not. But I hope you still can hear the video. So, I mean, just enjoy the video, and I'll just fix this thing in here, and I'll just see what happens.
Is just seizing what they say was enough fentanyl to kill the entire population of Ohio many times over. More than 40 pounds of fentanyl seized in Dayton in a massive bust. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost saying, quote, "The quantity of fentanyl in this case amounts to chemical warfare and a weapon of mass destruction." 3 people were arrested. They're each facing multiple felony charges. That bust.
Now, if that dope don't kill hope, I really don't know what else to tell you. Now, the truth of the matter is, fentanyl is a dope, a synthetic, a poison that they use to lace marijuana, heroin, and other opioid drugs. And when a person gets hold to that, their hope is destroyed. And unless they get hold to some of this antidote called Narcan, they're out of here. But the thing about Narcan is it works on the respiratory system where the person can get the flow of air back to where it belongs and the person come back. It don't affect no other condition the person has. It only works for those type of overdose. Now, we're going to look at this piece here that I want you to pay attention to. This will be my companion from now on. You already see him up there, but we can't see him. These bifocals be doing my neck, so I got tired of that. This way I think you can see him better. Now this piece was done by some children back in 1989 over at Schiller and Byrd Elementary Schools in Cabrini. I don't even know if Cabrini still lives over there now. I don't think so. But anyway, it was under the Harold Washington administration, and Carmelo Lewis, Al Carter, and other people that was working over there, Bernice Robinson. They had these kids engaged in what we call a therapeutic expression art program. And what this kid said is, don't use your hands to dig your own grave. Now these are little kids. Don't use your own hands to dig your own grave. Now you all know last week I was talking. And I was going over and over and over. Sometimes folks want to see I be ranting and raving and carrying on. Well, call it what you want. I don't care what you call it. You see this here? Y'all remember last week when I told y'all about this boy and how disturbed I was about this? This dude is in his living room. This is last week's paper. All of them white folk in line, and they say when they come off into those spots, they come off into an environment like Apple, the phone company, Whole Food. They got a real nice little menu there, and you come up in there and everything lovely. And that's why they had it in the paper. What you read to know. You understand? What you read to know. And that's exactly what they mean. And they got all that little pretty stuff up there, but yet they got this dude here. Same dude from over here, bruh man. And why would that dollar paper do that? Why would they use the same dude to show the only black person they showing in this daggone paper is a colored using a pipe? This is what this boy saw. This boy here saw this back in 1989. This was a crack pipe. You gotta understand me. When I say dope kill hope, and when I say I ain't stuck to just opioids, no, I ain't stuck to just heroin, because I know that this kid is a grown man, a girl, a grown woman with children. But back in the day, this glass pipe that they keep showing in the paper with the only black person other than the lieutenant governor is a subliminal programming process that these devils are using to play with you. Now the truth is, this and this is not the type of thing that you really want people to think is happening. You don't want this image to be the image that is being portrayed with the reefer. And it's not. Only with the black people. Now, the other thing I'm finna say here. Now, y'all gonna be looking sort of crazy, but I don't even care. Now, let me tell you something. You know, there is a situation here. We ran out. The first day, 3.2 million. That's how much they say it made. First 5 days, it made 11 million. And then it ran out. And then the spot got hit, and the dudes went up and they took it off. All that was understood. But now I'm going to say something here, and you need to understand this here game. Now, those black aldermen knew that the equity piece, just like the racist mentality that Chicago is known for in this whole rollout. But the people had already told the mayor, the politicians already knew that they would not be ready for January the 1st. And it would be more appropriate to set it off to July. But what did Lightfoot do? This female, or whatever, she chose to castigate the black alderman. Chose to show that she had greater, whatever you want to call them, than they did. Because had she waited, they wouldn't have run out of dope. Because had she waited, everybody would have started at the same time. But because God is great, they got to wait anyhow. So all I'm saying is this. If these black aldermen don't begin to stand up, and they did try to stand up, they could have won that. She could have been part of the win. Everything would have been cool. But instead, she turned it into a me and they. She hate black people. She hate the black aldermen. That's what I said. Don't try to check me on nothing. Mind your business. That's what I said. They done run out of dope. But had they waited, it could have been even. But now you know that $11 million be made. But the great spirit and the ancestors made the dope not be enough. You understand? So you all aldermen keep trying. And then them little weak aldermen, sooner or later, they'll get a backbone and they'll get some gristles in their knee. Don't give up. Because she could have worked with you all. And it could have been a good thing for Chicago, and we would have all been thinking things was getting better. Now, it looked like she done got her evil cabal worse than Rahm Emanuel. Now, I told you don't never say nothing about no Daily, because that was my daily bread. And you say something about him, I'm going to make you choke. But brother, give me this next piece. Let's see what you got here with this video. Let's see this thing. What the hell? What? Look like these things here moving.
Sold out of recreational weed.
CBS 2's Vince Girasoli is always investigating. He is live at a dispensary on Western Avenue. And Vince, you learned this could be a problem for months.
Sure did, Erica and Brad. At this dispensary, they were turning people away today, saying they ran out of legal weed. Now, we have to tell you that for months, the state and dispensaries and grow houses have been sounding alarm bells that the system wasn't necessarily ready for the increased demand that would come on the first day of legal sales. But their warnings may have been drowned out by the excitement over that first day. However, as you said, we learned today we can expect conditions like this for months to come. At an Andersonville marijuana dispensary, a guard turns away a steady stream of recreational customers seeking the new legal high.
They're saying that they're shut down for recreational for the day.
Posted signs outside Dispensary 33 direct pot shoppers to their Instagram account, where managers say they'll check in a limited number of recreational customers each day until further notice.
Everyone's going low. Everyone's buying out, and it's just like, man, does anyone get the chance to try it?
Similar signs are posted outside a Logan Square dispensary. It's open for medical sales, but hasn't sold recreational cannabis since Saturday. Scenes repeated throughout the state. The start of Illinois' legal weed sales on January 1 was impressive. 77,000 people turned out that first day alone, spending about $3.2 million. But today, there just doesn't seem to be enough weed to pass around.
Is this a surprise? No, it's not a surprise.
Keep in mind, Jeremy Unruh speaks for PharmaCann, which grows and sells Illinois marijuana, and was serving customers in those long lines.
Was there greater demand than you anticipated?
We knew that demand would probably exceed our capacity to comfortably serve that demand.
The state and the industry began sounding the alarm bells last summer. Illinois' marijuana law was signed in June, with architectural renderings and state approval for grow house expansion taking about 6 months.
Then it takes 6 months for that build-out to actually occur, and then once that build-out actually occurs, it takes about 3 months to grow and harvest and process those plants.
For some companies, expansion is already underway. Competitor Cresco is mounting this 224,000 square foot facility in Lincoln, Illinois. But it takes weeks to grow a marijuana plant and get it into the supply chain. Unruh says in spite of short supplies, it's not time to judge the industry just yet.
It's not what happens on day 1 or day 2 or day 3. It's what happens at month 6. It's what happens at month 12, at month 18, at month 24. That's the rollout of this program. This program is intended to be rolled out over years, not days.
Now, a lot of patients may be worrying about medical marijuana. Will the supplies be there for them? And by law, a 30-day supply must be set aside for them. But that is something that both the dispensaries, the grow houses, and also the state will be keeping an eye on in the months ahead, and so will we. Reporting live from the near west side, I'm Vince Girasoli, CBS 2 News.
The Logan Square dispensary.
Now, we finna show you another video where they says heroin versus cocaine. Like I told you, this was crack pipe. Now they, in the paper, they using the same picture, look like every time they talk about marijuana, to make it think that all black people gonna have a half a gallon or half a bushel of marijuana in here, looking like old boy here. Something the kids saw that happened. The piece we finna look at now is a piece where they are letting you know that they finna have a documentary. That they gonna look at some things that happened. And we want you to just look at it and understand why it's important that we understand that this is not just about marijuana. A lot is going on here. They are reprogramming. And they're already saying that people in Chicago are ODing on marijuana. They ain't talking about it being laced with LSD. They ain't talking about it being laced with rat poison. They ain't talking about it being laced with fentanyl, like they do when it's affecting us. They're just saying that these people are just smoking too much, and it's almost killing them. They say the hospitals can't take care of the business because folks are ODing on reefer. So it's a dope. You understand me? It's a dope. But they wanted to play games. And you just heard that documentary. Had they waited, had the politics of Chicago, but because this person is a little colored creature that came in here and you all was too stupid to vote for the best qualified candidate, you mess around and got played. Now she letting you know, instead of having a change, you gonna have a chain on your mouth, on your arms and on your legs, because she letting this dope come into your hood. I doubt if Rahm Emanuel would allow that dope to be dealt with like this. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But anyhow, let's look at this piece, man. But let me say this here. That's what we do here, commentary. So me and these things here, from the children back in the day, that's how we gonna play this, commentary. So you can call in here. This number is 312-738-1060. Now the truth is, I know that you're in traffic, because I was in traffic trying to get here. I know you ain't gonna see this here. And I didn't ask Omari, but he'll block it off if it ain't proper. The way you see this program is to go to Dr. Kofi Malik, speak on it on YouTube. And if you go to Dr. Kofi Malik, speak on it on YouTube, you can see this program. Because this is basically just a warehousing, a storage mechanism for you to see the program later. But the Westside Heroin and Opioid Task Force definitely want you to pay attention. Because the truth of the matter is, you are going to need help. And LaShawn Ford is an intelligent man. You saw that piece about fentanyl, and what's going to happen is they're going to have an antidote for this reefer. Because they already OD'ing. And once they start mixing that other stuff on it, then they're going to really be going crazy. And the bottom line is, people in our community have been exploited long enough. So I would imagine that LaShawn Ford going to have to go back to Springfield, and he going to have to try to get up on some more money. Because they're going to be killing y'all. Y'all going to be dropping like flies like they already doing with the marijuana. Brother, let's see this other piece where they talking about cocaine versus heroin. Now, what you're going to see in that piece is part of the... Okay, I'll be quiet on this.
It's where a sweet tooth can meet their
But I
sweet
see what they want to run
met on Cars.com.
they run it. That's what happened when you go off on these sites.
Block them up, block them up, block them up, block them up. And that's all we did.
I've been arrested about 20, I would say like 23 times.
Just say no, just say no, just say no.
It went from that, literally the perfect family and life, to all 3 kids on heroin.
Our children are dying.
All of a sudden the white kids are starting to die. Now is a problem.
And treating its victims with understanding and compassion, we have a chance to save lives.
Why they ain't give a about us, you know what I'm saying?
Arresting, jailing, stigmatizing will not make it better.
Now we got all these charges. We can't even live a normal life.
Rob, you a place to live.
Racial injustice is part of the DNA of this country. It's as American as baseball or apple pie.
Now, like Reverend Jackson said, keep hope alive. And like I told you, dope kills hope. But once again, there's an antidote called Narcan. If you want some antidote to help you come back from the dead and get another chance, call Lucide, Westside, Heroin, and Opioid Task Force. That number over there is 773-378-4195. 773-378-4195. His email is westsidetaskforce@yahoo.com. westsidetaskforce@yahoo.com. Just know this. You ain't got to die. Just know this. There's help out here. Now, I'm not one of those that say you just keep doing it and keep getting resurrected. No, I'm saying, look here. If they bring you back, you need to try to get yourself straight and try to move around. If you want to die, that's your business. But if you made a mistake, and that's why they tell you in the process, you don't do dope by yourself. You do dope with somebody that can help you administer this here. Because if you finna OD, you ain't going to be able to shoot yourself nowhere. You done already done that. So the bottom line is, we need people to get help. We need folks to understand that this whole thing with this reefer, this whole thing of showing this poor Negro here in the paper over and over and over, got him up here looking all crazy. You know, come on, white folk. Don't do that. You got the little white boy looking all innocent, looking all good. And how you got the brother looking? You got the brother looking like right here. You got the brother looking like dude here, where the kid in Cabrini drew way back in the day. Why you white folks doing that? Why you making us look like a dope fiend? Talking about an opioid dope fiend, a heroin dope fiend. But you got them looking so nice, like they just little college kids. But the reality is, this is what you want our kids to think. That's what we gonna do. We out of here till next week on Lafayette.